have you given a piece of advice that you keep going back to over and over?
The main advice I keep telling people is that if you can't lift yourself up, then you can't lift anyone else up. And I keep reminding people of that, so that way they know, like, oh, right now I'm feeling weak. I'm feeling not strong enough. I need to lift myself up, so that way I can lift up those who might be vulnerable to COVID. So I can lift up those who are trying to amplify Black Lives Matter. So I can lift up those who are just trying to do the best they can in such a hard moment. If you're a mom, a dad, at work, if you can't lift yourself up and you don't feel strong enough, that's the moment you got to stop, you get yourself together, and then you can start helping everyone else.
That is such great advice. What do you want people to take away from your podcast? And how would you describe it to people?
Sure. So my podcast, a lot of people say they want a mini Queer Eye session with me. And so I'm like, well, how can I can't give the world one. So my podcast is 2 parts. First, I have an 800 number that people can call in, and people can get direct advice from me on anything. And so, like, I'll have a mom and a sister call in, someone who is having issues with their boss call in, and I'll sort of help them navigate through their issues that they're having. And then I'll pair it with a celebrity guest who's had or is having that similar issue. And so I go through maybe about 40 to 45 people who I randomly just talk to from around the world. And then I talk to one celebrity. And
it's amazing how working now under these new set of circumstances, the last 3 months, I feel like we're doing the most intimate work we've ever done on this show. Do you feel the same?
100%. You just completely get connected with people, and you have more heartfelt and real conversations than you ever had, because people are feeling so vulnerable right now. We're all grieving this sort of loss of certainty, loss of finances, loss of what tomorrow will bring, loss of relationships. And so when you're in that vulnerable space of grieving, you have to acknowledge that grief, and then you need someone to be able to talk to that grief about. And what you do on your show right now, especially since during the quarantine, is people feel like, oh, I'm at home with her, so I can talk to my best friend about what's going on. They're feeling like they can talk to me. And so
same with you, for a therapist, it's the same. Food is very comforting. That's the lever that I pull so that I can have conversations with people. But I think that now more than ever, not only is our podcast important, but the work that you do, the work that therapists do is so, there's so much to talk about.
Yeah, people are in a space right now. It's sort of like we got merged in from COVID into the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of psychological trauma that's happening, especially when the Black Lives movement came in. And this is something that I talked about on my Instagram, where, many African Americans, we've experienced that psychological trauma for generations. But a lot of people who are coming together to say, we want to support people who are vulnerable in the COVID crisis and also support Black lives, they're seeing so much and being exposed to so much death, to so much pain, to so much hurt, that you start to go numb. That's what psychological trauma does to you. You start to say, well, I'm going to disconnect. And then when you disconnect from your feelings.
You get washed over. When it comes to Queer Eye, do you watch?
I do watch because I'm nosy, because I'm not at the other guys' field trips, and I always want to know what they did. And so I do watch for that reason. But what I do love about our show is that it is just goodness. It's all about 5 people coming together to lift someone up, just like the original series. And so even now, like, there was parts of our season where we saw people who talked about, like, the fact that they were scared for their lives being African American. Like, we have somebody on the show who talks about that. We also have a young woman who's an activist she's like 18 years old, and she's lobbying Congress. And there's a scene where we're all like protesting with her. And so in a sense,
it's very relevant.
It's very relevant. And it's not something that we had like some time capsule into the future. We just are talking about what people are talking about. And so these conversations, though are new to some people, a lot of people had already been talking about the health, both physical and mental health of our country and of our all well-being. And so that's captured. And so I'm proud of it.
It's sad that so many of these things come full circle generation after generation, but I really do feel that there's a wave this time that we're making some absolute progress finally.
Yeah, I think what's changed this time is that people are not afraid of having conversations. It doesn't have to be perfect. We just got to try to talk to each other.
I just hope they're listening too, right?
Yes. Yeah.